Hey guys, Mr. Wilhelm here. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to measure length or measuring distance. Length is the distance from point A to point B, the distance from one side of an object to another. We use two tools in science to measure length. This tool right here is the metric ruler. This other tool, which is a bigger tool, this right here is the meter stick. Both of them use the same units to measure length. However, one is obviously longer than the other. So if we're measuring a smaller object, we would use a metric ruler. If we're measuring a larger object, we would use a meter stick. If I'm going to measure the length of this remote right here, I might use this metric ruler. If I was going to measure the length of this desk, which is much longer, I would use a meter stick. Now, we call this a metric ruler because it uses the metric system in order to measure. On this metric ruler, I have the little bitty lines. The little bitty lines are millimeters. So if I was going to measure something really small, I would use the smallest unit, which is millimeters. If it's a little bit bigger, as the remote control I was talking about earlier, I might use centimeters, which on the metric ruler here are the numbered lines. The numbered lines are centimeters. And that metric ruler helps me out because it puts a cm right here on the metric ruler telling me that the numbered lines are centimeters. If I'm going to measure even something larger, I would use, again, the meter stick. Okay, the meter stick has the same units as the metric ruler. It has the little bitty lines, which are millimeters, has the larger numbered lines, which are centimeters. It has another unit on it, which are the big numbers. Those are decimeters. And then the whole thing is a meter. Thus, it's a meter stick. This is not a yardstick. On the other side, we have these units. These are inches. We do not use inches in science class. We do not measure length in inches. And then also you should understand that, again, this is not a yardstick because a yard is 36 inches, and we can see right here that there's 36, but yet this goes a little bit longer. It's a meter stick. This is 1 meter. Okay? So from here to here is 1 meter. So if I'm going to measure, let's say, this remote control, I would probably use a metric ruler, and I would simply line up the end of the metric ruler with the end of the remote control, and then read the number at the other end. So in this instance, it appears that this remote control is about 18 centimeters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and so forth, on down to 18 centimeters long. Now, again, if I'm going to measure something larger, I would use my meter stick. And I would line my meter stick up with the end of the desk and measure down the length of the desk. And according to my measurement, this desk is about 1.5 meters long. So, measurement, length, pretty simple process. Just got to remember, the little bitty marks are millimeters, the numbered marks are centimeters, and then the even larger marks are decimeters, and the entire length of this stick right here is a meter.